Hey, what's up, my peeps? Yo, it's been a while, but we back on this full moon tip, man. Doing a collective read. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a one-shot deal and show everybody some love. I got some downloads, some channel messages I gotta get out. So let's go ahead and jump into that, and then we'll get to the card reading. All right. But first of all, how are my peeps doing? Hope y'all living in bliss. Hope everything going good. Hope we've had a lot of transformation, a lot of information, a lot of things going on. For my divine masculines, we should have come into the knowledge of the divine feminine, of the mother goddess, the creator of all. We also should be realizing our divine masculinity right now, and understanding with who we truly are and what we truly came to resonate with. In other words, our archetype. What is your archetype that you're dealing with right now? You have a feminine archetype and a masculine archetype. Those two have to come together and marry and be in union in you. So that's the importance of what we just went through. The reason why is because we're now headed into the reset, the new era, the age of Aquarius. So we're about to go through that gate. So right now, what I received was we need to be focused on our own personal resets. There's a lot that's about to happen right now with the hunter moon going on. You're either hunting or you're being hunted. You know, just putting it that way. This is a lot of duality that's going on and that's ending right now, because although we are functioning in the fifth dimensional mentality, we still are physically carrying out an existence in the 3D. So be very careful not to get caught up in new age thinking to where you think you no longer have to deal with the 3D. You still got to deal with duality, okay? And if you've come into oneness with yourself, then you've come into contact with your divinity, your divine self, your God self. So now if you're connected, then you already have that third dimensional stream of energy running through you. That is connecting you here and allowing you to interact right now in this physical way, in this physical 3D way. But anyway, focusing on our own personal reset. Had to write it down. It was a lot, man. Focusing on our own personal resets. 1,000 years of reincarnation. So, for those familiar with the Bible, they'll know one day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day. Okay, so one day or 1,000 years flies by. As you're sitting in this third dimensional reality, it may seem extremely slow, which it is, because time doesn't exist outside of certain dimensions. But we are locked into this game system, into this matrix, because our souls are evolving, they are revolving, they are ascending, and they are expanding. You're becoming bigger, okay? And as you take up space, then you send out frequencies and vibrations. So I'm saying all this to say this 1,000 years of reincarnation is part of our whole process of ascending out of this game. What are you ascending towards? Why are you ascending? In other words, why are you going up? First, because you came down. Okay? Second, because you're exiting the box, the cube. You're exiting it. You're getting out of here. Okay? Jacob's ladder is not only in your body, but it's also built on the dimensions also. So as above, so below. All right, so we're headed toward, or we're entering the gate of 1,000 year reincarnation process. Now, a lot of people said, I'm good, I'm out the game. You know, they died, they checked out. Walk-ins came in to finish out their lives. A lot of people or a lot of bodies are playing host. How about that? A lot of physical temples are playing host to other entities. So this hunter versus being hunted dynamic that's playing out during the full hunter's moon in Aries is about you hunting out your personal self, hunting out the things within you that need to be taken out. We've been going through this process for a long time doing shadow work. We're pretty much reaching the point where this 1,000 years is getting ready to click in. Like a wheel within a wheel, a cycle within a cycle. This time, I'm sorry, I'm kind of skipping along, but I kind of have to give it to you guys the way I saw it, and it's a little bit different. So, 1,000 year track, I guess I'll say, we are about to lock in. So I saw it coming like a conveyor belt, like, and then boom, it locks in. So it may take 2 or 3 months for it to get into position to drop in. And I saw it as like a big clock, So it may take 3 to 4 or 5 months for this to lock into place for you. But, for the world, for this plane of existence, these worlds. But when it does, it's going to lock in. Now, don't look around you and become dismayed at everything that's going on, because all of these things have to end so that new beginnings can come. There has to be a 9 before there can be a 10. Okay? So these things will happen. Focus on your personal reset is what I was given. Also, stand in your own strength. Be aware that the infinite loop that you are, be aware of the fact that you are that infinite loop. You are part of that infinite loop. Don't ever get torn in half. In other words, when you're divided, your souls is being divided. Like seriously, as above, so below. So if you feel divided on something, your energy is being, divided. So realize that you're an infinite being and protect your energy. Your energy, INNERG. Your energy, your soul, your inner God or goddess. Okay. So let me see. Focusing on personal growth, self-improvement. All right. The second thing I was given was transformation into what you wanted and desired based on karma. So you are transforming into the thing that you decided to be before you came here. Now, based on karma, it will determine how you receive it. All right. Now, I was in the 3D. I was in duality, but I'm going to explain this outside of duality, okay? The transformation that has to take place in you, it has to take place based on what you have done and not done, the judgment that has been rendered. The reason why is because this is a game. And it's not the judge's fault that you did not know the rules. So a lot of people might say that's not fair, but you always get a chance. And that's what this time is. This is the wake up time where you're waking up and you're realizing who you are. You're realizing that you're not tied to the land, that the land comes and goes, that Atlantis sunk, so evidently it was up. There are lands that are rising right now, as other lands are sinking. My home state is sinking, of Louisiana. It's sinking all the time. While other land masses are getting taller, are rising up out of the water. So what I'm trying to say is this. The karmic transformations that are happening right now are purpose driven. They are on purpose, on design. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Let them be. With this transformation comes the pole shift. So body, mind, and soul is being shifted. So let me see how to put this right. This is the time where the meek will inherit the earth. The changeover process is happening. So remember what I said about, the 2 to 3 months it could take for us to shift over right into spot, to shift into the new timeline collectively. Everybody collectively, the whole plane of existence shifts into this new timeline, right? Okay. When it shifts into this gate of Aquarius, we have to be in alignment with it, or you'll get knocked off. When you're in alignment with this, that means that all of your chakras are in alignment. You have come into a full knowing of yourself, or you're kind of swept under the rug. You're put back to sleep, in other words. This new age, you get the chance to be awake. You get the chance to walk around in your full godship or goddesship. If you do not take this opportunity now, you'll be put back to sleep. So it's nothing scary. It's not like you're going to get ate up by a machine or something. I'm just saying it would be awesome to take the opportunity for you to walk around and know who you are, than to not ever have known that you had this opportunity to walk in this divinity, this type of divinity. So the transformations are happening right now, for better or for worse, but they're all on purpose. They're all on design. Karma is finishing up. Ascension and expansion. Just as much as you ascend, remember you got to expand. So you may feel really, really good. You're going up, up, up. You're having all these new spiritual experiences, all these metaphysical experiences, third eye, crown chakra activations, activation symptoms, all of this stuff, right? Exciting and good. But don't forget, you have to expand. So you have to get sturdier, wider to handle how high you get. Think about a building. If it didn't have a wide foundation and it just kept going up, it would eventually topple. So you want to make sure that you're accepting the expansion process and not conflicting with it, because you have to expand before you go up. So in other words, like symptoms of expansion, right? Families breaking up, loved ones passing on, jobs leaving. I mean, a lot of times it plays itself out in negative ways, but that's because that's the way a person would perceive it. It's not negative. It's actually removing all of the old things that no longer serve you out of your life so that the new can come in. So, in other words, for whoever that's for, that's for. But the pole shift is getting ready to happen. In other words, the locking in, the shifting in is getting ready to happen. The people, the souled ones, have to be put into place. So, what else? The servants are now becoming the masters. The meek are inheriting the earth. The new timelines are calling for throat chakra activations, third eye activations, crown chakra activations to keep us in the high vibration. This brings along a lot of symptoms. We may have a lot of, I would say, higher throat chakra activations, but what this is past life chakra activations. Past life chakras are in here. And it may feel like tooth pain, it may feel like ear pain, it may feel like temple pain. But all of that is running through here. So you have these little nodal chakras back here. And that's your past life chakras. Anyway, cleansing those will help you. All right, so all of these things are happening to keep you in a high vibration. The last thing I received before we get to the card reading, sorry about all this, but I got to get it all out there. Soul realignment. A lot of soul beings are being realigned to their home stars, to their home collectives, and to their different selves and parallel lives. So it's too much to explain this video, but your soul can be misaligned. In other words, you're either connected to source or you're not. If you're not connected to source, you could be a souled one, but you are descending. You're descending down. In other words, you're losing that connection to the Most High, to source. Because, it could be several things. I can't tell you. I don't know what you do day to day. But if you are in things that make you feel heavy, that's sinking you down, what are you doing? You're descending, as above, so below. If you're dealing with things in your life that are making you feel prospered, where you just rising up, guess what? You are ascending up. It's very simple. Know thyself. Know what makes you happy. Know what don't make you happy. Don't do the things that don't make you happy. Do no one else harm. You ain't got to look back over your shoulder. Anyway, different video. But we're coming into this new realignment. When you come into this new realignment, you're going to find more courage, more strength, more knowledge. Age of Aquarius. Okay? What else? It was something else with this. Home stars. Because your soul could originate it on, say, Arcturus. That's a sun, but there are planets around Arcturus. But your soul could originate it out of that soul, Arcturus. Okay, that sun or that soul. And you could have been cut off from that connection. That connection may be the missing piece you need to connect you right back to source. See, you may have been trying to figure out why my gifts ain't online, why I don't perceive those things that other people perceive. It's because you need to be realigned. So those things are happening now. Y'all spiritual teams are going to be all up on it. So you might be getting a lot of activations, a lot of symptoms. Just know that that's what's going on. All right, now, I know that was a lot. My bad, almost, 18 minutes. I ain't even gotten to the cards yet. Woo! Now, let me see what we got going on. Okay, I'm going to do my Robin Wood cards. I've already coming out. Golly. Let's see what that was. What we got there? Page of Wands. Look at that. I already got that Page of Wands. Showing it that we got the passion. We got that inspiration. New information coming in. So I'm just going to take that one and say, cool. All right. So let's go ahead and let's see what Spirit's telling me I need to do. Boy, these cards are just jumping. Good night. I ain't even got them shifted yet. Just nothing. You have to be able to sense certain things, that's going on. Like a lot of times you got to calm yourself back down because it could be your energy projecting through that's flipping. So, as just a side note for some of y'all too, that y'all gifts are starting to come online and y'all are, learning tarot. You're learning that you are connecting with yourself. You're seeing things differently, right? So the first card out, let me see. I love it. And yes, I turned that card over because it came out this way. Bam. What's that? What's that called? That's called the Wheel of Fortune. Y'all ever watch that show, Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, with Pat Sajak and Vanna White. Right there. What did I just tell y'all? Wheel of Fortune. Right here. New timelines coming in. Standing in your strength. Standing in who you are because there's a new beginning. Right there, the 10. What did I say? The 9 had to come before the 10? The endings have to come right before this. So that Hunter Moon, this new collective that is coming about right now, because the old collective's been done away with. FYI. New collectives are coming in. There are new star systems that are coming in. There are new asteroids that are flying by. Check it out. You'll see. Wheel of Fortune right there, first card out. So overall, we're all on the wheel. Right here, karma's wheel, right here. That's what I'm talking about. Overall. I love it, man. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, you get the choice. Like, honor your father and mother that your days will be long upon the earth was a Bible verse I used to read all the time in the Ten Commandments. And I used to read this Bible verse and I used to try to figure out, like, how do I honor my father and mother? You know, I was a foster child. So how do I honor my father and mother? Boy, that was rough for me growing up, trying to be a staunch Christian. And y'all ready for this new beginning? Are you ready for this new beginning? It's time to assess your abilities. It's time to look at yourself. This is the hunter moon. It's time to hunt within yourself. Assess your abilities. Take the new start. Take the fertility. The new beginning, man. Be fertile. Take your fire stick and go do great things. All right? Inside of you is this energy. I love it. New beginnings, y'all. New beginnings. But, you know, I used to try to figure out, how do I honor my father and mother? How do I honor my father and mother? And I would pray so hard. I would say, oh, God, please teach me how to honor my father and mother so that my days would be long up on the earth, you know. I just knew I wanted to be here a while, right? Well, that's because of a past life. Things ended a little early, but that's a different story. You know, you get assassinated, things end early. So you got to learn through these cycles that you can't do the same things you used to do. But honoring your father and mother. Then I found out, next card out for you guys. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. So, when this card came out, it was in the upside down position, and I turned it up right. As I did that, I was being shown that just like just like the overall of the reading is the Wheel of Fortune, right here. Some of us are here and some of us are there. It's the whole collective. It's all of us that have soul fractals caught into collectives and on planned nets. Okay? Some of us will arise to singing and dancing and happiness, and some of us will ride this wheel and it won't be so happy. We'll be doing some work. There'll be some work yet to be done. Yet to be done. But I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So we could have been, foundations. Hard work, where some of us are literally learning that hard work is going to be the way that we make this timeline jump, if you know what I mean. Your new ambitions, your new goals, you have to build a solid foundation for these things, or it'll be washed away. You can't just build your house on sand and think somehow this is all going to work out. Build your house on a solid foundation. That's what this is saying. So some of us will have good foundations. Some of us will have bad foundations. Some of us will receive the karmic rewards that will have us dancing, and some will receive the karmic rewards that will have them feeling a little bit upside down. Man, it's the way it is. It's the way we is. It's where we live. We live in the Duality. Like, I don't know, like, people always think you're being negative or something, but why are you being negative if you're telling the truth? Where do you live? Where do you live? Like, I wonder that sometimes people are like, oh, you being negative. I'm like, man, where do you live? We have to deal with 3D reality. Kidding me? Oh. Yeah. Where you at? Look at that. That Two of Cups, man. Guys, it's time to come into that duality. I need to explain this. I just got through talking about duality. That's where we live. That's what's going on. To live in this, you have to come into union and balance with yourself. See that right there? That lion with the wings cycling down into that cup. Imagine that's inside of you. Imagine that's you. Because it is. This is what you got to come into union with, like now. To know who you are, where you at, to become in balance with it. Hunt out those things in you. Hunt out the things that are in that cup that ain't right. Get rid of it. Allow it to glow. Come into oneness with your God self. I'm telling you, that right there, it goes right in the line with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you. Let's get these rest of these cards out. Reading getting a little long. Sorry about that, y'all. But we have to come into these points where same thing. Now, when I took this card out, it flew all the way over there. It came out like this and flew over there. Same thing. Mercury Communication is talking to Saturn. It's talking to Saturn. I'm gonna do a numinous card pull. I'm gonna do a numinous card pull too in this. But that right there, standing in your strength, the infinity loop 8. All right, the infinity loop 8 just came out of Leo season. I'm being shown his paw from Virgo, receiving a whole bunch of information. Guys, it's time for us to literally come into that union with ourselves and let all that other stuff go. Hunt out all of that negative stuff in you, or the positive stuff in you, or the stuff that just serve you no more. Look, everybody got their own words for everything. You're not right, you're not wrong. You are coming into union with yourself. But you got to stand in your strength to do it. Not nobody else's. Not nobody else's. Right here. I love that. I love that. You know. But that's also telling us our prosperity is coming. Our abundance is coming. As a matter of fact, not coming. It's already here. It's already here. The transformation is happening now. It's sort of like you got $1 million in your hand. Sorry about that. You got $1 million in your hand, and you need to put it somewhere. You need to put it in a bank. You need to put it in a bag. You need to put it somewhere, but you don't have a bag. You don't have anything. That's why you have to have the world. You have to have this duality, this balance, along with this new beginning. You have to. I'm telling you, this is so beautiful for the whole entire collective. That overall, this is our overall energy. That we are all coming to this point where the meek shall inherit the earth. Right here, we're creating a new world, is what I'm being shown. We're creating a new world. This right here will be what we created to be. Why? Because we're going to die and reincarnate back here. What you leave behind, you're going to pick back up, man. Cleanse it now. Cleanse it now. That's part of the whole thing of coming to this knowledge of yourself. I'm telling you, man, this is amazing. But let me pull these numinous cards right quick. Where we at? Ooh, we almost at 30 minutes. If you made it this far, thank you. These are my numinous cards, and I felt the need to talk about some astrological energy, the zodiological energy, Zodiacus, right? Y'all know who that is, right? It's part of that mother thing I was telling you about. Understanding what the universe is, understanding the womb, understanding that you are made up of both parts and that you got to honor your father and your mother, means that you have to understand that there is a God and a goddess. Universal mother, universal father. Understand that there's a duality, a balance of two streams of energy that flow through you. So, this is part of understanding the divine masculine and feminine collectives, the twin flame collective, even the ascended master collective. You heard me? As they ascend to the right hand. So, just understand that. Let's see. First card out. What we got? I didn't even look at it. My bad. Cancer. That dude, I'm feeling sympathetic, comforting. Right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. But that hunter moon, guys, is bringing us to the point where we have to learn our own expression, our own self-expression. So as we're doing that, we are learning to be more sympathetic to ourselves, to feel deeper, to be more receptive. Be more receptive. Thank you. Be more receptive and protective of your energy. So, for us divine masculines, just to throw that out there, you're learning your divine femininity. You're learning to receive, not just give. So, you can't just give all the time, give, and not receive. It doesn't work that way, because then you cut off your own bliss. Even in a 3D union with a female and a male, or whatever the preference is, it's still coming into that type of union with another person. So, all in all, you're just looking at it from the standpoint of you having to protect and nurture yourself. Think like a Cancer in this period. But think like a strong Cancer. What serves you and what don't serve you, and get rid of it. Just get rid of it. All right. Well, that's going to do it. I ran a lot over time. I hope all that downloads. If y'all stayed with me, thank you. If you want a free consultation, I do actually a 15-minute free consultation. Go to Chakrascapes on Facebook.com. You can find me. Also at Chakrascapes at gmail.com, and you can find me. And just shoot me something. Also check my channel out. The information's there. I find that most people only need the 15 minutes. But I offer this as free because a lot of people have questions and they just want it answered. If I can help you, reach out to me and I'll give you my best. All right, y'all live in bliss, come into oneness with yourself, and know that you are divine, are of the vine, and you are of the truth. I love you guys. Take it easy, y'all.